ladies and dudes? This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Pumbaa 1970. This is my review for a day. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another movie review. And to tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, we are getting really close to the end of 2014. And I don't know how many days left to go, so maybe start around 14, 15, I don't know. But we got a long way to go until we say goodbye to 2014 and head on to a brand new beginning for 2015. And yes, ladies and dudes, I got my special guest here with me, my good old buddy Pumbaa the Warthog, the guy who came from the Lion King saga. And I do want to thank Pumbaa for helping me out this year for a couple of videos that we did here and there, along with my buddy Kenshin Himura, since we worked hard on working together on a couple of good videos here and there, like my top 10, my top 5 list, or a couple of my bloopers, whatever. I really do want to thank these guys for helping me out this year. But this time, for the very first time for me and Pumbaa, we're gonna do our first movie review together. And this is gonna be our first Christmas movie review. And since my buddy Pumbaa and I watched this movie last night on ABC Family, and we love this movie very much. And this is the movie that came out 10 years ago, so around the year 2004. I'm sorry this poor movie did not do so well at the box office, but at least this movie did have a strong cult following, and it became one of the most popular Christmas films of all time. Which movie I'm talking about? Well, today's movie review that I want to do for today is the movie called Polar Express. And yes, my friends, this movie is truly based by a book that I have never read. And I'm sure it became one of the most popular books of all time, even if it's featured by the same name. And also, about this movie, it became one of the best Tom Hanks films of all time. It is truly one of my all-time favorites. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my movie review number 45 of Polar Express. And to tell you the truth is, I have nothing to say about the story of Polar Express. All I could say is, it's a story about a young boy named Hero Boy. He and these group of kids, along with the conductor, are in a magical train called Polar Express, as the Polar Express itself is taking all the kids to the main part of the tracks and head on to this magical place called the North Pole, where they can meet Santa Claus in person on Christmas Eve. And also, the Hero Boy wants to know if he wants to believe in Santa or not, while it's gonna all take place in Christmas Eve, if you know what I mean. So yeah, Sally, I have nothing else to say about the main plot of the story of Polar Express. And since I'm just pretty speechless about what kind of movie I've seen for the past 8 years ago, since I did see Polar Express in the year of 2006, and that's the very first time when I seen this movie. As for me and Pumbaa, we watched it last night, and Pumbaa said he really did enjoy this movie. So anyway, ladies and dudes, that's my whole entire plot of Polar Express. And I guess you want to know is, ladies and dudes, what the heck do I think about this movie? To tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I frickin' love this movie. It's a really darn cute movie. It has full of magic, full of fantasy, full of wonder, but the main story is all about is something to believe on one special Christmas Eve night, I guess. I will say this storyline is pretty good. The characters were freaking memorable, has fantastic animation, it has a great score, has great imageries and highlight moments of the film. I mean, this movie will really blow you away. And yeah, there's gonna be a special guest when Steven Tyler became somewhere around the main part of the story when he played an elf. And I can't believe that elf really does look like Steven Tyler. If you guys did see the part where Steven Tyler was in that movie playing an elf, I guess you could say that's one of the most surprising movie moments I have ever seen in movie history. Sadly, I had to put that on my honorable mention when I did my top 5 most surprising movie moments of all time, if you guys have or haven't seen my top 5 list. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest point of Polar Express. I will say for the strongest point for the Polar Express will have to be the score. I fell in love with that score. That score really did blow me away. And that's the guy who did Who Framed Roger Rabbit and the Night Museum Saga. He's the one who created that beautiful score that has a wonderful Christmas feel to it. It was so darn breathtaking. It was very magical. It was so darn beautiful at the same time. I just fell in love with that score. And I didn't get a chance to find that score on YouTube. Maybe I'll have to find a way to find that score, and maybe I can add it on my favorite epic movie and anime scores playlist if I could ever find that score. But yeah, I will say the score is definitely one of the best, strongest points of the movie. And also for the weakest points of the movie, I will say it's 0. I have no weak points at all for this movie. It is so darn flawless in so many ways. And now, let's go on to the characters of Polar Express. And I'm going to go with the 3 great characters who are definitely the most important points about this movie. The first character I want to mention is Hero Boy. The young boy who is not so sure if he wants to believe that Santa is real or not. I will say, for the Hero Boy, he is a really good, interesting character. He's a very likable character. I will say he is a really good main protagonist for the story, and I really love the part where he's going on a most important journey of his life for just one important Christmas night, going to the North Pole and try to find something where he can believe in himself and believe that Santa is a real person. It's really hard to say, but I will say Hero Boy is a really good character overall. I will say the Hero Girl, that's the second character I want to mention, Hero Girl. She is definitely the most mature character in the whole entire movie because she is so sweet, so lovable. She has a great singing voice when she helped Billy with this song called Christmas Comes to Town. That was the most sweetest song I ever heard for the movie. And she had a great personality, great attitude. She's a really headstrong character. And you could say she's definitely the main leader for the kids. When she helped out Hero Boy and Billy, to find the path where they need to go and get back to the other side of the North Pole, if you guys remember that scene or not. So yeah, Hero Girl is definitely a really good, memorable character, and definitely the most matured one in the whole entire movie. And now let's go on to my most favorite character in the whole entire movie. And this guy is the most memorable one of all, is the conductor, played by Tom Hanks. I freaking love this character to death. I mean, this guy is definitely one of the most memorable characters ever in movie history. But also one of my favorite movie characters of all time that's in a Christmas movie. I mean, conductor had truly blew me away for this movie. I mean, he had a great storyline, he has a great personality, great attitude, he's a really fun character, he's serious sometimes, he's sometimes funny, but he worries sometimes, and there's a lot of things here and there you gotta see in Tom Hanks' performance as the conductor. I will say, out of all the characters that Tom Hanks played for all the movies that he worked on, like Forrest Gump and Woody, I will say the conductor is truly one of his best characters that he had ever played in his whole entire career. I was wondering if the conductor is definitely one of the most underrated movie characters that Tom Hanks have ever played in movie history, if you know what I mean. Oh, and also, I fell in love when the conductor did that Hot Chocolate song. No wonder that guy is so darn talented. He can dance, he can sing, he knows how to perform. He just likes to perform with the kids. I mean, he loves kids. He's like a big kid at heart, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I will say the conductor is definitely one of the best characters in the whole entire movie, period. And now I don't have anything else to say, so let's head on to my final thoughts of Polar Express. Overall, the Polar Express is one of the best Christmas movies of all time. It had a great storyline, has great characters, has great special effects, great animation, fantastic score. It has a few good songs. And yes, this is another Robert Zemeckis film. I will say this is my second favorite Robert Zemeckis film, since he did a good job of that movie and he needs a lot of credit on this film. 2 thumbs up. And I don't care what anybody said, which Tom Hanks movie is his best one. Will it be Forrest Gump, That Thing You Do, Castaway, or the Toy Story saga? I will say the Polar Express is definitely the best Tom Hanks movie of all time, period. And so for my rating for 1 to 10, I decided to give Polar Express a perfect high rating score of 10 out of 10. You have better watch this movie to believe it if you guys really do believe in magic. For Christmas, if you know what I mean. So anyway, that is my whole entire movie review of Polar Express. I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and join me next time for my last and final movie review that I will do for 2014, as I'm heading back to the movie theaters to see Night at the Museum 3, Secret of the Tomb. So be prepared for that movie review to come, and I will see you all later. Sayonara, and also Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.